Good evening, Kenya, and welcome to Younib TV Live at 9. Tonight we bring you the latest updates as we step into a new month. September is here with us, and tonight we cover significant developments affecting counties, trade agreements with neighboring nations, concerns over public service, and events shaping politics, education, and human rights across Kenya. But first things first, let's take a look at the top stories making the headlines tonight.
Kwamba sisi hatujatambua uchaguzi wa chama cha SUPKEM na haikutekeleza kwa sababu kuna ufisadi ndani yake.
Anafanyika ni kwa nini watu ambao wameenda nje ya nchi kupitia njia ambayo ni ya kisawa ya kisheria, ni kwa nini imefanyika namna hii?
By call for nullification of Uasin Gishu County election.
The bulletin begins right now. My name is Alphonce. Ouma. The Council of Governors convened an extraordinary meeting to address significant matters impacting county governments, such as the management of human resources within the health sector and the national government's directive regarding the implementation of an e-procurement system.
On the implementation of the budget, you reckon that usually the first 3 months of the year are pretty slow, not for any other reason, but because of finalization of DORA and CARA, which is the Division of Revenue Act, the one that splits the money vertically between national and counties, and then CARA, the County Allocation of Revenue Act, which splits horizontally. Because those acts also sometimes change the percentage of money that goes to the assembly vis-a-vis the executive. A lot of counties have now finalized their budget and have taken to the controller. And usually the month of September is a catch-up month to try and spend money so that the quota doesn't get wasted. These are inherent challenges in the budgeting process. They are not as a result of the executive, because the executive, even after it suggests and proposes its budget to the county assembly, we still have to wait for national processes to be completed. So that's what's happening now. In Kiambu, we've had in this meeting now, the 123 health facilities are averaging less than 20% in pharmaceutical supplies, and they can't order.
A deal has been achieved by the governments of Kenya and Uganda to eliminate all tariff and non-tariff barriers that have impeded trade between the two nations. The fulfillment of all trade-related commitments under the East Africa Community Treaty and protocols was declared by Trade CS Lee Kinyanjui. In addition, to guarantee the free movement of people, products, and services, the two countries decided to alleviate truck congestion in important cross-border crossings such as Malaba, Busia, Suam, and Luahaha.
For this very successful meeting, where we are coming as a result of a meeting held between our respective presidents on the 30th of July this year, where it was agreed that we look at all manners of trade barriers that exist between Kenya and Uganda and try to resolve them. Some of them include the border logistical challenges where sometimes it can take a day or 2 or 3 before you cross to take your cargo, and within 24 hours we want to clear the entire backlog that was there. And from here moving forward, we shall use both technology and other administrative and infrastructural measures that we have already agreed to ensure that nobody wastes more than 2 hours at the border for them to be able to come to Uganda or to go to Kenya, so that our people can trade. On average, a truck from Mombasa to Kampala would go like 4 trips if there were no delays, but they had reduced to 2. But if you remove these delays at the border, a truck can do 4 trips within 1 month. So we can easily increase productivity. I mean, this is really our message to everybody else.
Now, the leadership of ELCK Church in the country, led by the church's regional bishop, Dr. Joseph Ochola, has advised President William Ruto's government to look into the SHA insurance scheme, which they say has hampered many citizens seeking hospital services. Speaking at the inauguration of a new building at the church's headquarters in Nyamira, the leaders advised President William Ruto to address allegations of corruption and misuse of public funds through the insurance scheme and other government departments.
We are saddened with the loss of funds, some of the hospitals that steal the money. Therefore, the health is very important in any country, because health concerns our children, our youth, our old mothers and grandmothers and fathers, grandfathers. And therefore, the Kenya government, we urge you to look into these things very carefully.
We are urging the leaders, those who are in charge, to stand firm and make sure that we are serving the common mwananchi. Hao wadogo ndio wanaumia. Kwa hivyo tunaendelea kusema kwamba tufanye kazi kwa umoja, tukijua ya kwamba sio sisi bali ni Wakenya wote.
Imams from the Western region have pressed for charges in the Supreme Council of Muslims in Kenya, SUPKEM, complaining about what they describe as opaque leadership and ongoing divisions. Speaking at a conference of imams and preachers from Western Kenya held at Jamia Mosque in Malaba, Busia County, the leaders called for the removal of some SUPKEM administrators and their positions to be filled by new members.
Tulikuwa tunyamaza tukitamani kuwa mambo yatakuwa mazuri, mpaka ilipofika sasa mambo yameharibika kupita kiasi. Masuala ya ubadhirifu katika mambo ya haji imesababisha mpaka yale mengine yanazidi kuchepuka. Licha hivyo hatuoni athari ya SUPKEM mahali popote. SUPKEM haija kuwa ni yenye manufaa kwa Waislamu mahali popote kutokana na uongozi mbovu.
Kama sisi Bungoma County, haswa mara ya kwanza kabisa walipochagua ile SUPKEM, sisi Bungoma tuliandika barua ikaenda mpaka Nairobi kupinga kwamba sisi hatujatambua uchaguzi wa chama cha SUPKEM, na haikutekeleza kwa sababu kuna ufisadi ndani yake. Kwa hivyo tunaomba inshallah vile vile pia serikali tutizame, iangalie, lakini chama kikubwa Kenya mzima na ulimwengu mzima ni chama cha maimamu na wahubiri.
La kusikitisha zaidi, chairman wa SUPKEM amewaondoa wale matrustee ambao kwamba walikuwa wanasimamia mali ya umma. Amewaondoa na amejiweka yeye mwenyewe. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi rajiun.
Na hapa ndio ikachimbuka yale yaliyopatikana kwa wale waliodhulumiwa katika masala ya al-Hajj. Ndugu yangu Musa amesema jambo moja kubwa sana, kwamba unamdhulumu mtu ambaye hija ile inafanyika kwa mwaka mara moja, hujui mwaka ujao atakuwa hai. Kwa hivyo hili ni wale waliokuwa wamefanya jambo hili warudi nyuma, waombe msamaha Waislamu, na kama viongozi walivyosema kwamba basi uangaliwe uongozi wa SUPKEM una matata, urekebishwe kwa wakati ufao.
Now, with that story from Bungoma, we take a quick break right here on Younib TV Live at 9. See you on the other side of this broadcast with more stories.
The best. Hallelujah.
Welcome back. Now, human rights groups ICPS and former Kilifi County Assembly Speaker Teddy Mwabire have accused the government of what they say is lack of transparency in foreign affairs following reports of an increase in Kenyans dying abroad while working and being buried without family permission. According to ICPS, many workers in Africa face challenges due to rogue agents and incompetence in embassies.
Ambaye yuko katika ofisi za ubalozi ajukumike kufanya kazi yake, sio kuzembea kazi, sio kukaa na kupata habari ambazo zinaumisha familia mpaka family wanajua baadaye mtu wao ameaga dunia. Cha kusikitisha ni kwamba the same office ya diaspora ndio iliniambia mbali na Jesicah kuna Wakenya wengine 5 wenye ambao walizikwa pamoja na Jesicah.
Waziri Musalia Mudavadi aweze kutuambia ni kwa nini masuala kama haya yanafanyika. Ni kwa nini watu ambao wameenda nje ya nchi kupitia njia ambayo ni ya kisawa, ya kisheria, ni kwa nini imefanyika namna hii. Pili, tunataka pia serikali iweze kuja na mpango maalum ambao naibu wa chifu, wazee wa mitaa watakuwa wanaelimisha vijana huko mitaani, kwa sababu wamekuwa wakipiga debe sana kwamba watu waende wakapate ajira kule nje, kwamba nje kuna ajira, wametafutiwa ajira, lakini hakuja kuwa na elimu ya kijamii ili watu waweze kujua kabla waende kule nje ni masuala gani waweze kufanya.
Inauma kuona umetupatia nafasi za kazi kule, wale ambao wahusika, je, hawa agents, kuna coordination gani between the agent na serikali ama embassy? Ule uhusiano wenu uko vipi?
Kiambu and China have entered into an agreement aimed at increasing the value of their produce, especially avocados, in the international market. Governor Kimani Wamatangi has said the agreement will be promoted through county factories and that the factories will help reduce transportation costs and create jobs.
Thank you very much for mentioning the booming small commodity market and the large number of merchants here in Kiambu. And maybe, like you suggested, we would really like to take the opportunity of this time visiting the local merchants or the outlets to have a underground idea of how it looks like and how we can work together.
The county government of Kiambu is intending to hold an exhibition here in Kiambu this year, and our economic advisor is the one who was in charge of that. And so we would want to extend also a warm welcome. It would be a very good opportunity for various traders from you to come and meet with their customers here, because like I've said, most of our people here are the major distributors. Most of the wares that are sold in Nairobi are actually bought by our people. Just about 1 kilometer from here, we have got some of the biggest stores where people buy commodities from China and store here. and then later transport to areas like Nairobi for sale and around the markets in Kiambu. So coming to our exhibition here would also open a very good opportunity for the companies to have a direct one-on-one contact with their customers, and maybe then from there even save some of the journeys our people make to China to come and buy. Once you have been able to have that direct contact, then surely I'm sure that business will improve.
And now let's delve into the education sector. Now, education officials in Narok have closed Seventh-day Adventist Primary School and Junior Secondary School after a male student was killed in a mysterious manner. Several areas where the deceased is said to have met his death were covered in blood. Speaking at the school, Narok County Director of Education Apollo Apuko appealed to parents to give them time as the government continues its investigation. The body of the deceased has been moved at the Narok Level 5 Referral Hospital morgue.
Hapa ni jirani yangu hii shule. Na tumeshangaa usiku mzima kuna kitu tumesikia wala ndulu ama nini. Tumepatwa na hofu, tumepigwa na butua ya kwamba mtoto anaweza chinjwa kama mnyama. Tuko na hofu kama wazazi. Na tunaongelesha nchi nzima, tuko tayari Narok kukushikana, tuwe sisi wenyewe ndio tutakuwa tunalinda. Lakini tuko na swali ambaye inatukita mizizi ya kwamba hatukuelewa na hatukuitwa, mtoto anachinjwa, anakufa, anaaga. Kwa hivyo tunaomba serikali yetu ambaye iko kwa kiti iweze kutusaidia, tushikane pamoja, tuweze kujua mwenye kutenda hiki kitendo.
Na kila leo asubuhi napata mtoto kuliwa gani ya choo na chino kaa kuku, nikuuliza dana usiku kuamkia leo, kukuulize hii shule ni bondi ama ni atondo, dom ni akaaje?
Because according to what we've gathered ni kwamba the young boy had been killed, had actually been found murdered katika kitanda, and from what we also gathered ni kwamba the incident might have happened at night, maybe towards the morning hours, and it's so unfortunate because it is such a rare incident that has never happened in this county and also in this town.
Let's now take a look at some politics. Now, members of the ODM party in the Uasin Gishu branch have expressed fear that the party could lose popularity in the North Rift region, claiming that the leadership election held on August 25th was marred by fraud and corruption. Speaking in Eldoret, the members called on party leader Raila Odinga to remove the ODM party's North Rift coordinator, Kipkorir Menjo, accusing him of sponsoring and collaborating in an unfair election.
Hii mtu ametusumbua ya kutosha. Tumekuja hapa kusema ODM ili hii chama isikube kwa North Rift. Tunaomba head office na mkubwa ambaye our head party leader Raila Amolo Odinga atuokoe hapa.
Wakati ya election yenye tumetoka juzi, tulikuwa tunachapa campaign, akadesert ODM fraternity. All the candidates were ODM. Akaenda akasimama na candidates wa Jubilee. She deserted us. Lakini saizi anapatiwa ile support ya team yenye iko saizi ili apate hiyo women just to kill, and this is the start of the end of ODM in Rift Valley.
And I remember last election, Baba Raila Amolo Odinga, you took us up to Supreme Court, and therefore because we are not satisfied with how the CC or the commissioner conducted the elections, we hereby call for nullification of Uasin Gishu County election.
Well, that's all we had for you in tonight's bulletin. Thank you for joining us as we bring you the stories that matter. Stay tuned to Younib TV for continuous updates and in-depth coverage throughout this new month. From all of us here, have a peaceful night and a productive start to September. Good night.